Hello,
It's slow though.
and welcome back to our The Wealth Within series. And we were taking a few weeks break. So I hope you didn't miss us too much, or we do know you missed us too much, right? So today we are just gonna share some personal experiences, why what actually the work that we are doing, how that work actually changed who we are and shape us as the person. Um, John, why wouldn't you start?
Well, I am missing my people. I did want to be here for the last 2 weeks, but things happen, but we got to move on from there. So I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be able to share more information with my audience. And let's rock and roll.
Awesome. So, John, share a little bit. Why did you start do what you're doing, and how did it change your mindset, your life, your path?
I'm glad you asked that question because I had one thing in mind, but I'm having a totally different experience. And I'm experiencing such growth from what might have been very well a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And having set the stage for growth, oh my goodness, I'm meeting so many interesting people, such valuable information I'm receiving, such interactions with successful people, people who have been in the industry for a long time, and it's a world unto its own. And believe you me, anybody who would ask me, "Are you enjoying what you're doing?" I would say, "Are you kidding me? I'm having a blast. Why don't you come and be a part of my world?" Because initially, my thought was I was in education and I was in banking, and I would like to create a new career for myself. And in creating that career, whatever it turned out to be, I would accept it. But this is just more than creating a career. This is creating an experience. I, I, I can't begin to tell you. So, why did I do it? I did it because I thought it would be a great extension of what I'm accustomed to in the classroom teaching and what I did in banking. And because I'm a finance major, it will be a great mix. But it's much, much more than that. Much more than that. And I would welcome anyone who has any doubt about what I'm doing to just give it a chance. And we have plenty of opportunities for that to happen. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So, as far as for me, I always wanted to be my own boss. The personality that I have, it's sort of like, if you tell me that I can't do it, I'm gonna question why not, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it, right? And obviously, in the corporate world, it didn't work well for me. But again, I was staying in my comfort zone because that's all we know. And a lot of times, our heart wants something, but our mind always stops us from going forward because we always start asking ourselves questions. Can we really do it? And we always judge our performance based on our past experience, right? And a lot of times we connect, okay, what is my education tells me, what my bank account tells me, what my financial status tells me, right? And all of the above. But the point is that once you realize that nothing really matters but to have that desire for something different, for something greater, and we all have that desire inside of us. But again, a lot of people don't question it. A lot of people just shove it under the rug. A lot of people don't even want to ask these deep questions because it's easier to navigate the familiar world and just go with the whatever comes from the life, right? But the idea is that we all have the gifts and we all have the desires inside of us. And once we tap to that, we are going to live a completely different life. Again, it's not to say that we do not go through the failures. It's not to say that there are no setbacks. It's not to say that we are not facing any challenges, because this is part of the process. And a lot of times when people are watching these kind of things, they are thinking, oh, like these people are not telling the truth, because obviously it's not that you just started something on your own and it's going to generate the income, because it takes the stages, right? Little by little. It's the same way as I always compare that thing, whatever you do in life, the new one, you have to have the skills. And with this work that we are doing, each one of us, we are growing tremendously. We are learning and we are experiencing and we are developing our skills, because it takes time to learn the new language. It takes time to learn to play the new instrument. It takes time to go for people to college and receive their 4-year degree before they actually set into the business world and start generating the income, right? So it's all about understanding that this is the process and nothing just, falls under the sky. And even with the successful people, they all had their struggles, but all we know is their success stories. But if we start digging deeper, all of them were going through the challenges. But what differentiates the successful people from everybody else
Mm-hmm.
is that the perseverance and the deep desire that no matter what, no matter how long it takes, they're going to be going after something that they truly want. Because that's exactly how our energy works. The more we focus on the process and the more we go with what we truly want to have in our life, there is no way that you're not going to have it. It's all about just the timing. And that's exactly what we wanted to deliver today, like with the messages, like why we chose to do. And obviously you have to choose something what you're passionate about. Like Joan, she's passionate about finances. I'm passionate about personal development, because I know with my energy I can push people out of their comfort zone. I can actually take their hand and take them to the places they wouldn't dare to travel on their own. And that's exactly what I came here for. And let's now talk a little bit about what exactly do you do in your industry, John? How can you help people, and how does whatever you do help you personally?
Well, before I answer that, as you were talking before, I said it's amazing how much cobwebs we have in our brain because of our experiences. And we may live with them on a day-to-day basis without thinking about it. But when you're in the space that I'm in right now, and you realize the things that are holding you back, first place you have to do is go into your head and clear all of that junk out, because between fear and anxiety and doubt and all these negative things that are in your mind, I've always heard the statement, get out of your own way. How am I going to get
Mm-hmm.
out of my own way when I need to be in my way? But
Mm-hmm.
there's more to it than just a statement. It's a reality that you get in your way because of the things that you're thinking, your past experiences that you're carrying with you, the baggages that you store in your mind, the feelings you have. So many things hold you back. And that's what they mean by get out of your way. Get those things out of your mind and move on to progress, because there is so much out there to learn and to do and to change who you are to become a better person.
Absolutely.
And
And
that's, go ahead.
yeah, and I just wanted to add about becoming a better person, because that's the ultimate goal for everybody in here, right? A lot of people don't see it. A lot of people think, okay, I completed my degree, I have my job, and I'm content. Not really. As long as we are breathing, as long as we are here, there is the work for us to do. And that inner work that we are doing, It's a rigorous work, but it's something that gives us more life. Like you mentioned, John, everything starts with our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And we are programmed to do things a certain way because of all the beliefs of the belief system that each one of us carry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are actually the ultimate way of the computer that has the operating system. Each one
Mm-hmm.
of us has a different operating system. So, in order for us to upgrade that operating system, we have to start really upgrading our beliefs. And a lot of times we are holding ourselves back and limiting ourselves with our thinking because our thinking is based on our past experience, is based on what people were telling us, is based on our education, society, and etc., right? So
Mm-hmm.
we want to actually break free from all these chains and step outside of that box that we were put in and start living the life differently, more authentic to what it means to be happy in our own words, right? And again, wealth starts from within, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we feel wealthy, and a lot of times people do not allow themselves to feel wealthy. Like when we talk about money, like I always mention in this example, for the universe, it doesn't matter whether you request $100 or 100 million, but it's our mindset that's gonna argue and question, like, I cannot make 100,000 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not who I made to be, right? And exactly that's what we are working on with all these limits. And the universe is abundant because the universe is the same as the ocean. If you go to the ocean with a teaspoon, you will get the teaspoon of the water. If
Mm-hmm.
you go to the ocean with a bucket, you will have that bucket filled with water.
The beauty about all of this is, as you said, you're thinking because you're thinking based on what you know. But trust me when I say this, there is so much more to know that will change your thinking. But you have to be
Totally.
open minded and be willing to learn. And you're going to be learning from the experiencing of others. You're going to be learning from books. You're going to be learning from recordings. You're going to be learning from experiences as you grow. But you have to be open to learning to change your thinking so that you can become who you dream of being, who you want to be, who God made you possible to be, and just enjoy life. And when we talk about wealth, wealth is in your pocketbook, yes, in the form of money. But we're talking about wealth in terms of a well-rounded life. Your health, your willingness to be giving, your gratitude for what you already have. There's just so much more to wealth than dollar bills. Yes, we want the money to spend, but after you have spent the money on every single thing that you can possibly want, you're going to be empty unless you fulfill your life with other things that's going to keep you wealthy in spirit, mind, and body. So I don't mean to be on here preaching today, but I'd like to preach the gospel if I had a chance on what it means to be wealthy besides just having money. And money is essential. We know that. I'm not minimizing it, but understand a well-rounded life is an awesome experience. And that's what I'm enjoying right now. And I'm still growing. I haven't stopped. Okay?
Absolutely. And I just wanted to add to that note how my perception of money shifted once I started to do this work, coaching people. And obviously, I had to go through my personal transformation myself first. So, like I always told you before in our other lives, I never had an issue to depart with money. Money were coming to me, money were going, and that's exactly how the flow should be. And people have to realize the more they start holding the money and fearfully thinking that they do not have enough money, that's exactly what you're going to be attracting into your life, right? Understand that we do not attract what we want, we attract who we are. And that's exactly the beauty of that concept. So for me, how did the money aspect change when I started to do this work? I realized that money can come to us from multiple sources. It's not only from earnings that, let's say, we are going to the work and the employer is paying us, right? Or in the form of the investment from, the stocks or the real estate. There are so many other ways to tap into that prosperity, right? And the more you get involved in that, the more you learn. And if you really want to know more, just reach out to me and I'll be able to share. I have a lot of different ways that we can generate income and how the income can come our ways. Again, don't expect the miracles the second day, right? It takes time, but you never know. When we learn how to stay in the receiving mode, we understand that we can create the wealth regardless of our circumstances, regardless of the economy, and regardless what's going on around us. So my invitation for everybody who's listening and tuning in today is stop being fearful to not have enough money. This is the step number one. When you stop be in fear that you're not going to have enough money and change your perception of money, knowing that money is energy and like everything else, it comes to us when we are ready to receive, and start actually keeping their minds open and sit down and journal. What are the ways I can generate income? And you'd be surprised what's going to come for you as you're going to be writing it down. Because it's one thing when we are thinking of something, because we involve one set of our neural pathways. But when we writing something, we are actually connecting ourselves to the source that breathes in us. And that source already has all the answers for us, right? From that collective consciousness, we could tap into that and we can receive the answers that would never come to us if we were just thinking about it. So writing and journaling is a very important experience, and I invite everybody to try to do it and see what's going to come out for you. And you'd be surprised, like I said, because the ideas are going to flow. The most important thing not to question, because a lot of people, before they do something like that, they already determine themselves that they are not going to generate any ideas. So don't be on your way, as John was saying. Step away from your way. Just stay open. Be in the receiving mode and see what's going to come for you.
And believing, and believing means having faith that your thoughts, your good thinking are possible to become a reality. Do not limit the fact that it's not available today, therefore it will never be available. It can happen for you no matter where you are in life. We can turn debts into assets if you do the right thing. So I know a lot of people are struggling with money problems because some of it have to do with the economy. Some of it was mistakes that people made. Some of it might be other people that cause you to be in debt. Whatever the situation is, do not get stuck on that. Find help to get you out of that situation. Start thinking that it is possible to get out of that situation. Start believing that things can change for you and that you can become and be who you want to be. And listen, between Irina and myself, and we're not trying to sell you anything. We're just trying to let you know that we are here. Based on our own experiences, we can help to move you from one point to the next and to your destination and to your dreams by sharing the information that we have been trained to do and have experience doing to help you move along. That's our purpose here. We're not just here to talk because we feel like talking. We're here to help. Okay? So don't be afraid to reach out to either Irina or myself or both of us. We're happy to have that conversation with you. And thank you for listening to me today.
Awesome. And I just wanted to conclude, I have this amazing event that's going to run from May 8th to May 21st. If you register, it's absolutely free event where you are going to receive each day to your inbox the interviews of experts. And for 24 hours, you have the time to watch a 1 hour interview per day from 2 experts and just understand how manifestation works. Because this is, for a lot of people, a new concept, and a lot of people do not understand how it works and how to actually believe in something they do not see. So the experts are excellent. They have amazing results in this field, and just come, join, register, and just make that first step, make that decision for yourself. Because a lot of times we do not know how to make the decisions for ourselves. We go to ask everybody around before we decide for ourselves. So just step into your power, be the leader, get some information and run with that, making your life priority, and stay wealthy within. Thank you so much.
And by the way, before you go, Irina, there's one important thing that I want to say. Anybody who wants to be a part of what I am doing, because you're in that frame of mind to help others, we're always seeking more people to join us in business. Just reach out to me and I will share the details with you. It's an awesome world to be in, but you have to want to be in it, and we're inviting you to come in. Thank you.
Exactly. It's all about making that first step. Nobody can do it for you but yourself.
Exactly.
All right. Have a blessed day and see you next week. Bye.
Bye.